The Earth is flat, dude.
The Earth is not flat.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, you know what? I saw a video online, and it just burned me inside. You don't want to know why? Because it was like clickbait. Because the title was, "The Earth is not round." Okay, that was the title. And then I watched the video, and they were like, hey, guess what? The Earth isn't a perfect sphere. And I was like, okay, all right. All right. Okay, I'm going to let you stop laughing.
I remember you talking to me. I remember you saying this to me.
And I was like, okay. I was like, that's fair. The Earth isn't perfectly round. Like, perfect isn't a perfect sphere. It's not symmetrical. But it's still round. You can't say the Earth isn't round and then be like, well, guess what? It isn't a perfect circle. It's like a slightly misformed circle. And I was like, you can't say that, all right? You can't put that clickbait out there. Oh, the Earth isn't round. Oh, actually, it is round.
You were expecting a flat Earth.
I was, because they were like, guess what? It's not round. It's slightly less not round. And I'm like, all right, that's just you guys being assholes.
It's all like, "Grr."
And it was like here's the Earth, and it was like, ooh, like it was just slightly different. They're like, it's round, but it's not a sphere. And I was like, well, you can't put "it's not round" in the title and then be like, well, it's not a sphere. Yeah, it just I was like, okay, all right, whatever. I'll tell you what, man, I've watched a bunch of flat Earth videos, and I love watching those videos. I'm like,
those videos are so funny.
I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about, man? I brought this 2-foot level onto an airplane, and it proved the Earth wasn't flat because
I saw this one guy. I swear to God, I couldn't tell if it was a parody or not. But so he had a globe, right, of the Earth.
Yeah.
And he had an airplane like this.
Yeah. Yeah, drink that last bit there, Max.
He had an airplane like this. He's like, okay. So if the airplane flies around the Earth, he goes like this. He goes, he's like, the airplane should technically be upside down if it traveled around the Earth. He's like, when you travel the whole Earth, is your plane upside down? He's like, I don't think so. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was funny. I watched this video, and it was like this guy took a level. It was like a 2-foot level, and he's like, watch, before the Earth is flat, but it's on the airplane, and if it's not like tilted forward the whole time, like the Earth is flat. And I was like, okay, first of all, the plane is flat. It's not going to bend around the Earth. Also, the plane's a bit smaller. It's going to fly in a straight line. I was like, whatever. All right.
Did you see the... there was a documentary on Netflix about the flat earthers.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
I'm not sure I've seen that one, but...
Oh my gosh. The ending was so funny because the guy... This flat earther was like, I'm going to prove that the Earth is flat. So his experiment was he made like this laser that would go like 2 miles or something, you know. He's like, in theory, if the world is round, this laser will miss the mark 2 miles out because it like the Earth curves, you know. And so like throughout the documentary, they're showing this guy like making this laser, like doing all like investing all of his money doing this thing, setting it up and stuff, and then they like talk about the flat Earth theory and building it all up, like, whoa. And at the very end, he does his experiment. He's like calls his bud. He's like, did it make the mark? And he's like, it didn't. He's like, it didn't make the mark? He's like, no, it's about like 5 inches above from where the hole is. He's like, oh, well, that's weird. And then the documentary just ends. It was like the funniest fucking thing. Like he just proved himself wrong.
Yeah, I do love those. I saw another like documentary where this guy's like They're like, oh, we bought like this $50,000 gyroscope. He's like, if it doesn't move every, like, 15 degrees every hour, it's false. And they're like, well, it actually does move 15 degrees. Like, fuck. They're like, well, that's not good for us. And I'm like, oh, what are you guys doing over there, man? You're debunking yourselves.
Yeah, that's so funny about it. They keep doing it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so great.
I've seen a lot of conspiracy theory videos, and all of them like have some evidence, but like the flat earthers are like, we didn't know, we know it's true, and I'm like, where's your evidence?
Even after they've like debunked it themselves, yeah, they're like convinced.
Well, we don't have any evidence, so we know it's true, and I'm like, oh, you
like, well, that experiment failed, but we know it's true.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys are. Oh my god!
It's like at some point, I mean, I'd have more respect for them if they just finally just said, "Okay, we did the experiment. It didn't work. We're wrong." You know.
Yeah. Or they can still think that, but they can't be like, we got experiments to prove it, and then they like debunk themselves. Like, you just say it was not a good experiment, all right? You can't use facts to, like, screw yourself and then be like, no, it's true. No, that's not how it goes. You can't do that.
Yeah, there's some crazy conspiracies. Well, it's kind of sad, though, because of the whole... Too much censorship has destroyed that fun because I like listening to the lunatics.
You like listening to lunatics?
Yeah. Because they're idiots. They're funny.
I mean, all right, Max, if you want to listen to lunatics, you can. I like to listen to regular people, but who have different points of view, but they've also been censored. So...
Yeah, that's true. Damn, dude, it's almost been 3 hours.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
2:58.
You know what?
Well,
wait, 2 hours and 58 minutes?
Yeah.
It's more than 3 hours.
No, it's 3 hours. Almost 3 hours.
You know what? We did good over here. All I'm saying.
All right, dude. Well, probably end it here.
All right.
And then, yeah. So sweet.
And Max?
Good luck tomorrow.
You too, man.
On the workout.
Yeah. We'll see if I even go.
What? All right, dude.